It's happened again. The ongoing saga with the Parkside Drive camera, it's been cut down again by vandals. Didn't even last 4 months. The latest incident happened overnight. This is the 7th time the Hyde Park area camera has been cut down or vandalized, the most recent being in July. It's one of the hardest working speed cameras in the city. It has already nabbed 66,000 speeders, racking up more than $7 million in fines. For more on the vandalism problems that have been plaguing that specific speed camera, we're joined live by Safe Parkside co-chair Faraz Gholizadeh. Thanks for joining us here live on CP24. We do appreciate it. So what is your role with this group here, with the speed camera itself?
Well, I am co-chair of Safe Parkside, and in regards to the speed camera, you said the numbers: over 60,000 tickets issued, over 7 million in revenue generated. Unfortunately, we're not seeing a penny of that being spent on Parkside to try to make things safe on the street. So it just seems like the city is content to collect millions and keep everything the way it is, unfortunately.
Yeah, because I can't imagine, because that thing looks expensive. I can't imagine it being cheap to buy another one and install it now, soon to be 7 times. Do we understand the costs of doing that? And as you mentioned, millions of dollars in revenue, and they could be potentially just wasting it. Keep putting this thing up there.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how much it does cost to replace it each time, but it certainly won't cost 7 million. And like you said, that's what this camera has generated. So if the city is serious about safety, then they'll come with other solutions other than just the speed camera, because at over 60,000 tickets issued, they have to ask themselves, is this about safety or is this about generating millions in revenue? Because that's all that's really happening right now. And this community is still waiting for their safety promise to show up.
Yeah, because clearly cars are speeding 66,000. And so you're saying, the community hasn't seen any of that money to help make the place safer. What kind of suggestions do you think the city should hear that could maybe make Parkside more safe for pedestrians and people who are just literally at Hyde Park, which is right there?
Yeah, exactly. Hyde Park is right across the street. It's the city's busiest park. You have residential homes on the other side of the street. And the solutions are simple. The city knows the solutions. They've already displayed them as part of the Parkside Drive study, which was approved 4 years ago. And here we are 4 years later, still waiting for those solutions to be implemented. And it's hard not to feel like the city's just content to keep racking in the millions, because it's made enough money to pay for all these changes. These changes will not have to come out of taxpayers' pockets. This speed camera revenue is more than enough to cover all the safety improvements that Parkside needs. And still, here we are waiting for these changes to come. It's quite frustrating, and it's really disappointing.
Yeah, what are some of those changes that were suggested?
Well, the city had proposed a road diet, a complete street redesign, which takes into account everyone who uses the street. Right now, Parkside, 90% of it is dominated by motor vehicle lanes. There's only one narrow sidewalk that doesn't even meet the city's minimum width. So they need to give it a road diet. They need to narrow the lanes. They need to find ways to reduce speeding effectively, something that the speed camera has not been able to achieve on Parkside Drive, whether that's bike lanes, whether that's a sidewalk on the other side of the street, which is missing. Whatever it is, we just want to slow motorists down. We don't want to see anyone else die on this street. We want people to feel safe when they cross the street and visit the park with their family, with their kids. And unfortunately, it's been years and we haven't seen any of that.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I grew up in the West End, so I'm well aware of walking that stretch. And, hypothetically, you could close it down to give it this redesign. And it's not like you're closing down Front or Yonge or, York Street. It's Parkside. It's an artery, but it's not a main one. You can close it down and redesign it. What has the city said to you and your group about this? They're collecting millions of dollars. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome. And they keep putting the same camera up It's in the same place. It's why not? What have you heard from the city in terms of their plans here?
We haven't heard anything. It's been radio silence. We've reached out to Councillor Perks. It's been several months. We literally haven't received a response from him. We reached out to Mayor Olivia Chow. It's been several weeks. We haven't received a response from the mayor's office. We're left completely in the dark, and it's hard not to feel like the city is abandoning their Vision Zero commitment and trying to sweep the Parkside Drive study and all the improvements that they promised 4 years ago, just trying to sweep it under the rug quietly. And that's the impression we're getting, because we're not getting any updates or anything of the like.
Well, then, that is definitely not ideal for the community, but maybe you could find someone as they put up a new camera, ask them, who their manager is. Maybe you can hear from them, because it's going to happen. It is on the ground right now. All right, Safe Parkside co-chair Faraz Gholizadeh, thanks so much. We do appreciate you speaking with us on a Sunday morning.
Thank you for taking the time.
Of course.